Back in Gatwick, the officers are body searching the two targets whose bags gave high readings for cocaine.
What does your friend do?
Is he okay? He seems a bit jumpy.
He's just a hyperactive person.
Is he? He's not hyperactive at the moment for a reason. He hasn't been using on the plane, is he, or something like that?
No.
If you want to wait here for your buddy, I should imagine he'll get searched as well soon. I understand his bag's giving a reading for cocaine as well.
Told you before, point out.
Have you anything to do with coke out there at all?
I don't think, well, first part we don't want to be on this coke, yes.
Yeah.
That's why he found a trace. I told him, I said the reason he found a trace in the laptop is because I will sit there, do a bit and play on my laptop.
What's he saying? He's been out for a holiday?
Been out there for a holiday. He's used coke and cannabis, which is why the high traces of coke on the laptop again. There you go. He's been well turned out whilst he was over there, and he knew that he was being stopped on the way back.
Do you fancy him for internal talk?
No, I don't think so.
No? Right, okay. Let's get him on the way.
Yeah.
Right.
The intelligence that they're involved with drugs was correct, but personal use abroad isn't a matter for UK customs, and the search for smugglers will have to continue.
There's a sense of anti-climax, because, I mean, you're looking for the gear and it's not there. But, you know, next time.
Successful drug seizures at sea are often triggered by foreign surveillance aircraft who alert British customs when a suspicious vessel is headed for UK waters.
In February 2000, we became alerted to suspicious activity by the French Customs Service, who had been patrolling the western fringes of the Bay of Biscay. They did some basic checks, as they do in all vessels, and found out that it had been registered from Panama. They also noticed that there was a number of items on board which appeared to be barrels, which they thought was a little bit unusual. They got in quite close to it, and I think as a result of that, the vessel turned off its GPS, which the French thought a little bit unusual. They were suspicious of that. The vessel was heading towards the UK mainland.
Immediately, the French alerted the British cutters.
We were very fortunate in that we had quite a number of cutters who were actually in South Coast ports at the time, and therefore they were immediately deployed to the coordinates that the French were constantly giving for the vessel. It was very important to continue to track the vessel, and round the clock, this was during the day and at night, they sent up light aircraft to continue that monitoring.
The suspects on board knew they were being watched from all sides.
The cutters who were surveilling were able to observe the barrels being jettisoned by someone on that particular vessel into the English Channel.
The cutter crew decided to strike.
They don't know what they're going to find. It could be that there are firearms on board, and officers have met their death in doing this type of work before.
Once on board, the crew were arrested immediately. Meanwhile, the RIP team searched for the evidence. Their swift action recovered all the barrels containing one of the biggest hauls of cannabis for years.
When all the barrels were recovered, it totaled 680 kilos of cannabis, which then had a street value in the region of about 3.5 to 4 million pounds. So it was a very significant seizure of cannabis. They were all eventually found guilty by jury trial, and they were sentenced to 9, 7 and 5 years.
Thanks to the cutters, 3 more drug smugglers were safely behind bars. Back in Bristol, John's waiting for the result of the last drug swab on the passengers from Amsterdam. The test result proves that the anonymous tip-off claiming they were carrying drugs was false.
Okay, what we'll do, we'll pack you back up.
Yep.
Quite happy, really.
Yeah.
He's very calm. I just don't understand why she would have told the immigration officer she's travelling on her own.
Because they've got a problem with it.
Have they?
Yeah. She's been over there a long time. She's using a visitor's passport.
Ah, right, I see.
She said, which would justify why they split.